Hey guys, welcome back to Husband and Wife Outdoor Life. You see that? That's a moose. You want to see more of that? Stay tuned. This adventure is going to be a lot of fun. When we left the island in 2017, we knew we had to return. Something on this island calls its visitors back. We experienced the same feeling in 2018 as we flew back home after an epic 10-day trip. I felt the need to turn right around and retraverse back across the island.
Life had a different plan for us though, and we spent the next 2 years dreaming of a return to tackle the Feldtmann Lake, which we had yet to experience. In 2020, we almost made it back, but again, life had other plans. In 2021, we finally got our chance.
This is our comeback story. This is our first major trip in several years. We hope you enjoy it as much as we did. Worth it?
Yep, see you in 7 days? 6 nights, 7 days, I think.
Step number 1 done. We have picked up our permit, and we've also purchased a fuel can. So we're just gonna hit the bathrooms one quick time before we depart, and then we're gonna get right on the Feldtmann Trail. So our destination for the evening is Feldtmann Lake. So it's a different spot we've never been to before, taking a brand new trail, so pretty excited about that. Alright, we are leaving Windigo, and we are headed to Feldtmann Lake. There we go. First few actual steps on the trail, even though we came this way from the seaplane. This is a new camera setup for us, so I'm really hoping this works out. You guys will have to let us know in the comments how it looks. Apologies in advance if the footage is not as quick as I normally am, but it's a little more complicated than the old Canon. We were having so much trouble with it lately. It's time for an upgrade. Okay, we are about to head uphill. Here we go. Alright, we've been on trail for, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just chit-chatting. No moose yet, but that's anticipated. We're talking. Mosquitoes really aren't that bad, and I really hope I'm knocking on wood there and not jinxing us, but right now they seem okay. They're out, but they're not miserable. In fact, I don't even have bug spray on right now, so that's good. We're still right along Superior here. It's very, very calm today, a little bit foggy, but there you go, you can get a little view of it. Just walking next to this right now and through these little boreal forests, so it reminds me a little bit of the other side, the Tobin Harbor Trail, but definitely unique in its own way. Ooh, there's a branch there. Watch your head, Matt. Alright, we're going to keep going on the Feldtmann Lake Trail, and we'll check in if we see anything cool, which I'm sure we will, so we'll see in a few minutes. quick little water break. Just came up quite a hill here on the Feldtmann Lake trail. And both of us are pretty out of shape from COVID. Basically, Matt's been teaching from the house. So, you know, we've had a lot of sedentary moments during this pandemic. So it's definitely catching up to us now, but we're doing okay. But quick water break. We're headed up this hill. There should be an overlook here in just a little bit. And we'll show you that when we get there. Pretty sweet overlook right here. Just came up out of the woods. Pretty awesome. Back on the rocks that we recognize from our Manong trip. Pretty sweet. I think we're going to take a little break up here. We're in no rush today. Trail continues that way. Pretty sweet. Well, this is officially Grace Creek Overlook. Just taking a little break, having a snack. Nice up here. No bugs. How's it going so far, Matt?
It's going. A little humid, a little out of shape, but it's been beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I spoke too soon. We were just shy of Grace Creek Overlook. Now we're coming out to it. Oh, she's pretty. It's worth a little side trail. It's very, very short. Oh. Pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It was worth it. A little short jump. Coming back from the overlook, I just want to show you the sign right here. So we stopped just short of it up there on that overlook there. This sign from here, it's like maybe 100 paces to the pretty overlook, so definitely go check it out. All right, back on the trail, headed towards Feldtmann Lake. Just crossed a beautiful little creek here. Matt's about to come across. Nice. Headed up that way. Alright, so we've come quite a ways here on the Feldtmann Lake Trail. We're going to take a look and see exactly where we're at on Gaia. But we have not had lunch yet, so we're going to stop and have lunch. I'm not sure what time it is, but I think it's past lunchtime. So we're going to have a little lunch. We're having our usual that we have on trail. A little beef jerky, a block of cheese, and some crackers. And then earlier when we stopped at that overlook, we had a little, what are those called? Cliff blocks. Because it's so hot and humid today. I know we're sweating out a lot of our electrolytes, so it's a good idea to have those. So we each had one of those, and we've each drank a good amount of water, so yeah. Time for lunch. We should be getting close now.
Oh, okay.
So we keep our lunch bags separate from our food bags, so we don't have to tear into our packs to get our lunch out. But there's the cheese, we have some snacks, Cliff Blocks that we already opened, some beef jerky, and 2 bags of crackers. So we're gonna enjoy those right now for lunch and head back out on the trail. Do you need this? Or you already got it? Oh, they have peel now. I didn't notice that.
Easy peel, so.
The only reason we bring this little tiny Swiss Army knife is to get into these cheese packets, but I just realized they updated their packaging. I now have an easy peel. Let's see how easy it really is.
Pretty easy.
Is it? Oh yeah, look at that. Maybe we don't need the knife anymore. That's literally the only reason we bring it. Is for the cheese. That's funny. I didn't notice that when we were packing them. So this is a Wisconsin cheddar cheese. Which one do you have? Oh, Matt brought all Chipotle. The Wisconsin Chipotle cheddar. He's all about the Chipotle. And we posted on our Instagram. If you follow us, it's just husband and wife outdoor life. If you follow us there, I'll link it below. We posted a picture of all the food we brought for this trip. And I made one change to that prior to leaving. And in the picture you'll see in the top there's 2 blue and white Mountain House bags. I completely eliminated those. Mountain House was something we used to eat a while back. Totally switched to Packet Gourmet since then, but I knew we needed 2 spare meals for, you know, an extra day if the plane got delayed and what. And I decided to bring more like lunch style foods and stuff versus those big packs just because I found they were difficult to pack. And our packs are very full right now. We'd done 10 days on the island before, but we had Matt's 80 liter. Those 2 Mountain House were just a little big, so I got rid of those. Other than that, everything else is the same in that picture. They weighed our packs at the seaplane base too, and we were at like 26 and 28, so for 7 days worth of food.
Yep, nice thing about food, you
That's good.
burn through it. You don't have to worry about the weight later. Mountain House is still good if it's like a cold day or...
I was actually kind of looking forward to the lasagna. I like the lasagna, but the packaging is just too terrible. And I know you can repackage it. I know there's somebody out there who's about to comment that, but it was easier to eliminate. Can you guys see that? We're walking along this boardwalk here, and there are moose tracks in the mud. They're here. Oh yeah, look at that one, that's a big one. They went running through here at some point. Not sure if that is wolf poop or not. Decently sized. Guess we'll ask somebody who's more informed on that, but it sure looks like it to me. That's kind of cool. First sign of wolves we've seen. Going through some thimbleberries here, some ferns. It's decently tall and hard to navigate, but kind of just use your feet to find the trail. You can get through them. A couple patches of these on the Feldtmann Lake trail so far. There we go, we're out of them. Woohoo! Seeing one of these on your hike in Isle is always a good sign. Especially when it's the one you were aiming for. We are here. So, trying to think, do we want to go that way?
We can walk along the sites.
Yeah, I guess we'll walk along the sites. Group sites are here. Individual sites. Oh man. Look a little rough. Well, that's our first, 8.8, almost 9 mile day in a very long time. We actually made pretty good time. It's like 1:30, 1:45. So, given that we didn't leave till probably after 9.
By the time we had check-in and whatnot.
Maybe even 10. So, I think we just got some messages on the... Yep. What was I saying?
Buzz.
Oh, we're at camp. We made it. Not too worse for wear. We're a little tired, but we need to filter some water, get camp set up, but first things first. Oh yeah. It's crock time. It's crock time.
It is crock time.
It's crock time. Cheer up, you made it to camp.
No, I know, I'm just hot and sweaty and there's a million flies.
Yeah.
So far they're not biting, but they're out.
Yeah. We unfortunately had to go in the middle of July this year. That was beyond our control. So, not an ideal time to come to Isle Royale, but they're not biting. That's good.
Mm-hmm. And we're here. We made it.
The lake is pretty. I'm going to show it to you in just a minute, but first, Matt.
Croc time.
Straight up from our campsite here. This is a good amount of flies. No, these are crickets. Right out to the beach here. First privy check of the trip. This one happens to be right by our site. Let's see how bad it is. Oh, it's actually not too bad. Doesn't really smell. And that's clean, that's good. Nice. Not too bad. For an Isle Royale privy, that's pretty good. We'll take that.
So, closer to the morning, we have to scale up Feldtmann Ridge.
Okay.
But I don't think ups bother us as much. They're not knee breakers.
No, I think the ferns are harder.
Yeah. So then, at about 4.8, we have that overlook.
The overlook or the fire tower?
Oh, the fire tower.
Oh, okay. 4.8? That's not too bad.
4.8? No. So I have some lunch there, then 5.4 to Siskiwit. And then the dock is only 0.1.
Nice.
No, it is.
Alright, so we just grabbed a little water from Feldtmann Lake. And we're going to do a little filtering because we drank all our water, so we're a little bit thirsty. So this year's system is a Sawyer squeeze filter and a CNOC bag that threads nicely onto the Sawyer instead of the Sawyer bag. So we're just giving these a try, see how they do. So far, I really like the wide mouth for filling. I think that's easier than filling the Sawyer bag. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it took like seconds to fill.
Alright, let's do this. Okay, quick little recap of today. So we flew in and landed here at the dock, and we tootled around Windigo for a little while. Went to the ranger station, got our permit, went to the store, got our fuel, stopped by the bathrooms, basically just visited Windigo for a little bit. And then we left Windigo and we took the Feldtmann Lake trail all the way here to Feldtmann Lake, and that's where we're sitting right now. We have our camp all set up right there behind me. And the plan for tomorrow is to continue on the Feldtmann, but this time the Ridge Trail. So we have some climbing to do tomorrow right here, if you can see those topo lines. And our plan is to eat lunch at the Feldtmann Fire Tower right there. And then continue all the way along. Looks like this goes down, and then along the ridge to Siskiwit. So we'll be on Siskiwit Bay tomorrow, which is a bay off Lake Superior, so it should be pretty beautiful. I can't wait for that. Yeah, that's our current plan. Actually, the most current plan is to just sit right here. And stare at the water in our beautiful campsite. Maybe a moose. We'll see. And the book I brought for this trip today, or this week, is another one by Heather Anish Anderson. So if you're not familiar with her stuff, she has 2 books out now. They're both fantastic. This one is Mud, Rocks, and Blazes. I already read the other one, so we're going to read this one on this trip. It's nice and light and short. True to probably Anish, who's very ultralight, much more than us. This one was the lightest option I had, so I went with this for this trip. So because both of our packs were under 30, I also snuck in some fill-in puzzles, and I have a little tiny pen for it. So these are something that my grandpa always did on trips, and so bringing that for him on this one.
So for me, I brought this magic device which has my Kindle on it, so I have some nerdy D&D stuff as well as the first 2 Witcher books, Sword of Destiny and The Last Wish. And then I have a boring history book too if I absolutely need one extra thing to read as well. But what I'm going to spend a lot of my day doing is looking at a lake.
This is our campsite right now. You can see we just got everything kind of laying in the sun on purpose. Just doing a little dry reset. Everything got wet from sweat. So drying all that stuff out, and then the stuff that we don't really need. The squirrels are crazy, man. I think it's the red squirrels. I remember them from last time. They're so gutsy and aggressive. Not a half bad view. Say we're living pretty high right now. We got the whole lake to ourselves. I'm 98% sure no one else is here.
Some dogs.
We haven't seen anyone. Speaking of that, the only people we saw today on trail was 2 gentlemen, and they were going the opposite direction near the Rainbow Cove Overlook.
This thing, Ashley. This thing's swimming. It's a long boy.
I don't see anything. Can you still see it? Oh, that's a leech.
Oh, that's a leech.
That is definitely a leech. A leechy boy. 100%.
I can definitely get up and swim here as a boat.
Back home, he would make some great walleye bait. Well, definitive proof there are leeches at Feldtmann Lake.
Look, it's a long boy.
Or in Matt terms, it's a long boy. This sand here is unique. It's like coarse, like, I don't really know how to describe it.
Is it coarse and irritating? And it gets everywhere.
Stop, Anakin. It's red, which is kind of cool. All right, it's time for dinner. So we're gonna make some All-American Works burgers by Packet Gourmet. This is our fuel can that we purchased at the store here in Windigo. $9.50 for anybody wondering how much it costs to buy fuel here. So, and that's the 8-ounce canister.
Works burgers will be a good one for a hot day. It'll get some of the bulk out of our pack.
Yeah, they're a little bit bigger than some of the other ones, so. Didn't take too long at all. Just like that, supper's in the works. Alright, got the ground beef in there, assorted toppings, and cheese. Alright, so the water boiled very quickly. I didn't catch it on camera, but desiccants, we took those out. They're sitting right there. We added the water in, we pressed the air out, and now they're just laying flat. And they're on a timer for 15 minutes. And then we're gonna add, they call this the Works packet. It's got the cheese and onion. Not sure what else is in here.
Tomato.
Either way, some seasonings. and then whatever toppings we prefer. Matt doesn't like mayo, and I don't like mustard, so we're gonna swap those.
It should be good. Any tortilla meal is usually a good one for a hot day.
Yeah, nice and fairly light, not super hot. And a burger sounds good, even though it's a tortilla burger.
It's the best you get out here.
It's the best you get.
And every tortilla you use is less you have to carry ahead of time.
That's true. The more we eat, the better. Getting fancy over here. Works Burgers in the works. About to give it a try. I think that right there is the Feldtmann Ridge, but I'm not for certain.
What about this guy on the right? A little closer.
Could be that too. Not really sure, but way off in the distance, way down there. I don't even know if the camera can pick it up. You can see something above the trees there. Cooled down a little bit now. Hey there. It is hiker midnight. I don't know what time it is. You know?
8:18.
8:18. We're late stair-uppers.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually pretty tired from the long drive, the long plane ride, which really wasn't that long actually. The plane ride, and then the first day, I think we're just beat. So we're gonna go to bed a bit early tonight, and probably every night on this trip.
We usually do.
Sunset is until like 10:30, so we gave up on that notion. We're not gonna see that. There's no way, unless I get up to go to the bathroom.
Might
But
get a sunrise tomorrow.
yeah, we might get a sunrise view, so I'm sure if we go to bed this early, we'll probably get up fairly early. So for right now, we're signing out unless something crazy happens, like a moose wanders into camp or something. Other than that, you probably won't hear from us.
Seen a lot of bun-buns.
Yeah.
No moose so far.
I think our tent site is somewhat near to a rabbit nest or something. There's a lot of rabbits here, but I haven't caught any on camera yet. I'll try to catch one
Little
for
baby
you.
ones too.
Yeah, they're little teenies. So I'll try to catch one on camera. They keep running by the tent here. So, all right. For now, good night, everybody.
Good night, Matt.
Good night, man.
I filmed head ground for half of that. Guess I'm trying to look.
It's alright. It's hard. Did we get it? Yes, we did. Still getting used to the new camera.